And we are live. Hello, everybody. Those of you who are watching the live studio audience link in the group, it's just the regular YouTube link. But I like to call it the live studio audience link because this is the unlisted version of, well, this demonstration, a couple of other things that we're going to talk about. Part of this is meant for practice, because I want to show everybody that there is a format that we can follow, and to get people used to the process. But we're also literally recording content that we will be able to use later on in our reviews, case studies, etc., etc. Right? So who I have here, you guys don't need to unmute your mic. I'm just going to cycle through on the broadcast. Right? We've got Bill, right? We've got Bradley, we've got Damon, and we've got Steve. And then we've got me, right? So here's what's going on. This is actually being recorded on the Product E-Class Ultima YouTube channel, because we're going to be talking about that the most, but we got some other things that we can use. So really, it doesn't really matter which channel that you broadcast it on. I just felt that Product E-Class would benefit the most from it, because that's going to be the lion's share, right? So we're going to be going through this, and then we're going to go over like first impressions of the product, and then we're going to actually talk about a couple of other products. Damon said he wanted to talk about iPro Academy. So lots on the table. Before we jump too deep into this, I want to let you guys know that we have a plan to go for about an hour. But if you want more, go ahead and drop your comments in the group or on the YouTube watch page, whatever. If you want to keep going past an hour, we're happy to, but just for the sake of keeping things lean and mean, and for as great of an educational impact as possible, we're aiming for about an hour, okay? So you know who's on the panel. I'm going to go ahead and start first. I'm sure you're wondering, what the heck is this, this mind map here? Now, if you've been hiding under a rock, like you opted into the group, but then you haven't like interacted at all, let's give you an idea of what's going on. We're talking about product reviews. We're talking about making affiliate money doing these product reviews. So what you see here is basically the case study for a product called Product E-Class Ultima. Now the case study, the product is all about how to make information courses, right? So I made an information course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it. I'm going to basically do an overview, and this is my way of saying, hey, here's the meat of my review. This is what I've got. And what I want it to do is to inspire the other people on the panel who has also gone through Module 1 to maybe take some notes, get some general thoughts together of what they think about it. So then when I'm done with this presentation, about 10-15 minutes, then we can roll over to anybody else on the panel who has also reviewed Module 1, which you can find in the community here, and get their initial thoughts. And what that's meant to do is to inspire you that if you haven't gone through the first module of Product E-Class Ultima, you definitely should. And again, we can all contribute to a whole. We'll be doing more and more of these Hangouts. I know this was impromptu, but like this is going to be kind of the standard. We're going to have multiples of these each week, and I will be happy to host the majority of them, but then pass the reins to other people and just keep this production cycle going. All right, so let's jump right in. Right, so affiliate wave. This is I always envisioned this process as, again, riding the affiliate wave. Right, there's always these huge, almost titans of the internet marketing industry, and you're just like, wow, like what they do makes huge waves. I mean, that analogy is used all the time. So as I was thinking about this, and I said, okay, I need to make a case study, and the case study is doing what the product tells me to do, and the product is telling me to find one problem, create one solution, and do it all in one sitting. So that whole idea of affiliate wave just kind of always stuck with me. And the other point of the product is that the content has to be easy to either it's like you go and grab it, like you already have it and you can repurpose it, or it has to be very easy to produce. So it was this product was very easy to produce based on the recommendations and considerations that I was told to give the product creation, right? Can't spend too much time on it, so grab something that's kind of already there. And if you look through this presentation as I go through it, you'll see that a lot of what I talk about in the group as a whole, this is just like little tiny delineated pieces of that, right? So if anything, this will also help you understand how to work better in this group, because this product was based entirely around my experiences with this whole process. And where we're at right now is just the end of that process. So first things first, when you actually make the product, he says sit down, make a mind map of purpose, why it works, what's involved, how to do it. Now, I added the bonus and OTO just because I know that those are things that are good to have, but it helped me really focus in on exactly what bonus I should have and exactly what kind of OTO. In fact, I didn't even know there was going to be an OTO. I just went, hey, this would be a good like after the fact thing that, oh, there we go, it's an OTO, right? So how to make quick affiliate cash with free, easy-to-use tools in as little as 24 hours. Spoiler alert, has everything to do with YouTube, all right? So what's the purpose of Affiliate Wave? Well, the main question you're supposed to ask is what purpose can my information serve, right? So that's what I did, is I wrote down, now, like you don't have to have the name of the product. It just, like I said, it just hit me. I lucked out on that one. Total luck of the draw, right? So don't think that you don't look at this case study and go, oh, you have to have a name. No, you don't. That was just, it was a luck of the draw in my brain, right? So the purpose of Affiliate Wave is to take advantage of existing content Google loves and leverage it to make affiliate sales, right? That's like the main purpose that really jives with this statement here, this headline, right? Jason also says to write the headline of your product first and then make the product around it, because then you're basically creating you're creating the expectation, but then meeting the expectation at the same time, so that when the person goes through the product, they go, okay, that's exactly what they said it was, right? So the next thing, the purpose of Affiliate Wave is also to take advantage of long-term marketing benefits, especially if you have 5 or more YouTube channels, right? Because a part of the process has to do with making multiple YouTube channels, right? The purpose of Affiliate Wave is also to lead or prevent a launch jack, right? Now, why is this? Well, one of the main focuses of Affiliate Wave is to go in and, like I've told you before, there's actually a video of me going through and say, hey, here's JV Zoo. I single out the products that are in pre-launch and then start marketing from there. Now, every product that's in pre-launch is highly susceptible to a launch jack, especially at that point. So this actually has two different benefits here. You can either lead a launch jack and launch jack it before it even has an opportunity to be a launch, or to prevent one. Either you're the product creator or you can sell it as a service and say, I can prevent launch jacking. Boom, right? The purpose of Affiliate Wave is also to grow an email list. These same aspects of just selling the product you can use to either initially set up to create an email list, or you can divert after the fact launches to grow that email list from there. And then the product purpose of Affiliate Wave is also, and this is one of my favorites, is to get information products for free. All of you are experiencing that right now. You're actually getting a deeper level than you normally would if you just got the product, because you're not just getting product E-Class Module 1. You're getting product E-Class Module 1 with me and then everybody else in the group. You know what they say, it takes a village, right? Well, we've got that village right here, right? So I'm going to inspire all of you to be that village, right? Take what we're learning here today and every hangout we do after this and use it to grow the community, right? So next thing, why it works, right? Next thing you have to explain is why it works. And I know this looks a lot like sales copy, or at least it did to me, like how to write sales copy. But if you think about it, you really do have to sell the buyer again. Like, you've already sold them on the purchase, but you haven't sold them on why they should be doing the thing that you're making. And that's one of the things that I struggle with myself a lot in my own product creation. Is like, I mean, I got I always nailed the how-to. Bam! Like, everyone's like, wow, that's really helpful. But then it started to just kind of get more chaotic and hard to explain when I had to go into like, well, here's what's involved, and it seemed like it's way more than was actually involved. And then, like, why it works. Well, it works for all of these reasons, right? Because I'm a research nut and I want to find everything, right? I'm a all parts of the buffalo kind of guy. Like, so when they say, it's like, what are the vital few reasons? I'm like, oh, it's so hard to choose, right? But it's very, very important, because the time it takes to consume the content is also very important, which is why Jason goes back to one problem, one solution, one sitting. Because it also means that the end user, the person going through the content, also needs to be able to go through it in one sitting as well. Make sense? right? So the vital few, right? So here we go. Now you're starting to see again. This looks a little bit more like some other sales content that you may have seen, right? Google loves YouTube. YouTube ranks. YouTube's the second biggest search engine in the world, right? And when it comes right down to it, it's a no-brainer to have your affiliate links throughout the second biggest search engine in the world, right? Just for practicality reasons, you should feel compelled to be like, well, even if it's a crappy video, but I can get my link on there. I mean, just having it out there in the second biggest search engine in the world in existence is very, very important, right? As I mentioned before in the purpose, information products in the pre-launch phase are very, very easy to rank for, which means, again, very easy to launch jack, very easy to prevent launch jacking. Now, what I love about this is because it has a unique twist to it. No one's ever looked at it from the angle of like launch jacking insurance, right? Where's that product, right? Like if everyone talks about the launch jack, why don't we start talking about launch jack prevention, right? That right there is a service unto itself within this very mastermind that could be produced in an instant almost, right? Next thing of why it works, right? I've created a framework, right? Again, that I'll be showing you, and it always produces a channel that ranks and converts. Spoiler alert, when you make a channel that's the exact product name, it's going to convert, right? Like the traffic that goes to that channel is going to be like, this is about this product. So by default, it's going to rank because it has the name of the product and the construct of words that make up the channel, like that, or that the product hasn't been really made into a phrase yet. So it's stupid easy to rank regardless. It's the same reason why local ranking is so easy, because no one is searching that specific structure of words together to make Salt Lake City auto repair, right? No one's searching that exact phrase, but those who are, bam, yeah, it's target market and everything, right? So the framework, let me grab the thing here, can be applied to selling affiliate information products, growing a product information-based email, or leading or preventing a launch jack. Now, another thing, I've experienced this myself personally, and I mean, I know everybody has in one form or another, but the urge to create just just garbage, just to make sure, like a lot of products start out as a really, really good core product, but then I think people make compromises so that they can make sure that they can reach the entire audience, like as many people as possible. But trust me, I've been down the road enough times that you don't want that. You don't want every single customer. You want your customers. And when you sell a product, that's like your first product especially, that's like, hey, I'm trying to find like the best customers, right? My best customers. Now, my best customers may not be your best customers. It's a give-take relationship. It's an actual relationship. So you don't want to hang out with people who don't really want to talk about and share the same interests that you do. As counterintuitive as that may seem, you want to be as niche as possible. So I want to make sure that in this product, if somebody buys this product and they get to this point and they say this framework can be applied to these three things, and I intentionally make it like information-based products, because that's what I know sells the best. That's the one thing I've been selling the most. So that's the one that I can be sure that I can say, yeah, 9 times out of 10 you'll end up making money from this. So it's my urge before I go on to you. I've had people urge me to do this too many times, and it is denigrated the quality of my products, and I don't believe in that. I don't think either should you. When you're forced to make a framework like this, like Jason is teaching you, it forces you to ask some very important questions. And I know if I didn't do this, then I wouldn't have been able to say, you know what, this is exactly what this framework is for, and if the person doesn't want this, then I have no problem giving them a refund, and I have no problem with them not buying in the first place, right? So this product isn't like, yeah, if you took it and look at it through a different lens, yes, it could be used for personal growth or weight loss or anything like that. Technically, yes, but I am stating in this product and in the copy that this is what this product is meant for, so I can speak to the right audience, right? Because he also talks about by zeroing in, you can find built-in traffic avenues so that you don't have to go and pay for traffic, because you're speaking so clearly to a very, very specific person, right? So the other part is, I actually have proof that it worked for me. Amazing Selling Machine, RYS Academy is already ranking the YouTube channel and videos that I've made. I have a couple of different examples, and I also point out that every time money was generated, but it took much longer than expected. Like, there's been a couple of products, namely, actually one I'm sure you guys are familiar with, TubeSift. What was interesting about that is when I sold TubeSift, when it first launched, I didn't make squat. I think I maybe made a handful of sales. But what was funny was that because of the way that I had the channel set up and the way that I'm going to go into with the rest of this, is that like 2 months later, I made a handful of sales, and then a month after that, I made a couple more and a couple more. And over like a 6-month period of time, I made like $1,000, and it was all with totally organic traffic. So it's not one of those like you're going to get money right away. You can make money in as little as 24 hours. But more often than not, this is going to be a long-term thing that is so easy to do that you can't help it, right? So it's also like that point is to make sure that expectations are kept in check, right? So what's involved, right? What are the components, parts, and pieces? We don't have to go into agonizing detail on this part because I'm still in production mode, right? But the basic gist: you need a Google account and a YouTube account. You need JVZoo or any affiliate program. Really, really easy videos to make using the free YouTube editor, which I'm sure you've seen it as kind of one of my signature moves. I call it claiming keywords, right? They're just coming soon videos. That's it. That's what I call them, right? Product name review. And then the video is literally 10 or 15 seconds of the words coming soon. No audio, no nothing. Literally, like seconds these videos can be made, right? But you can claim those keywords, and then there's a whole other affiliate relationship you can grow from there with the product owner, because you just went to them and said, I ranked for your keywords for your product exactly. Can I be an affiliate and get a review copy? Bam, right? So videos that the vendor already has. This is great because a lot of times they already do, and a lot of times other people are trying to do a similar thing to you, that they're just like, oh, okay, I'm going to grab all the promotional videos from ASN and upload them to my YouTube channel, and I'll make money, right? But that's what everyone else is doing. I'm saying doing one little tiny thing more, which is make a 10-second video that's like, coming soon, and then you're ranked, right? And you're ranked in pre-launch mode, right? All right, so then I have optional, because it's always good to have optional things, original topical videos, right? So if throughout this entire thing you get a couple of ideas, you're like, maybe I'll put a video together. This is an optional thing that's just going to make your channel rank for that much longer, give you that many more opportunities to get the affiliate commission, et cetera, right? How to do it. I'm not going to go into everything here, but these are all basically all the notes that I've put together so that it can be one sitting and boom, it's all knocked out, right? So we've got some step-by-step stuff, right, which is 90% of internet marketing. I get it. But what I really liked was that along with it, you have step-by-step, but then there's also another part called consider the following. Now, if you look at any part of any information product, the really good ones have these very, very strategically made, right? So consider the following is like, okay, when you're doing this, think of these things, right? So you basically combine the two, right? Here's the step-by-step, find a product, go to JVZoo and check out the pre-launch section. But while you're doing that, search for content that's already on YouTube and blah, 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 blah. See what I'm saying, folks? Like, you want to have step-by-step. But when you do the step-by-step, if you add consider the following, it makes people go, oh, wow. Like that, I believe, gives a lot of the real aha moments. And again, we're talking about selling the person in the content to keep going through the content. My mom was an English teacher for 20 years. She said the reason why a writer writes the first word is so that the reader will read the second word, right? So there it is, folks. The other part was the bonus, which would be some case studies, right? So I'd say, hey, this is what I did with RYS Academy. This is what I did with Product E-Class Ultima. Here's OMG machines. This is Cult of Copy. This is this is the anomaly, because it's not just it's an evergreen show, right? It's not just make money, but has much longer ranging effects. And I can dive into it a little bit deeper and give, again, a greater deep of complexity that make people go, wow, I really need to follow this guy, right? So that was the bonus. And then the OTO is basically, right, like if you're making all these channels, think about the big picture. If you have a product that you promote and it did really well, but it's only available for 7 days, that doesn't mean that the product was great. Like, I mean, it could, but what it means is that you targeted the right audience. So why on earth would you not want to retarget those people? And there it is, right? That's the OTO. That's all right. So you've put this effort in. Maybe you've even made a few sales. How do you make sure you can constantly keep remarketing to that person as if it was there, as if it were an email list to you? Oh, right. So there it is, folks. Next thing I want to do, I know I went through a lot of it, but again, I will happily give you access to the finished product. The point is so that you could see this as a core case study and to inspire you to, first of all, go through the Product E-Class Module 1 in the Product E-Class category here in the community, but to also give your thoughts and first impressions and join us on a hangout similar to this so that we can record it, or record your own and upload it and share it with the group as an unlisted video, however you want to do it, because again, we will as a whole start chopping things up and putting things together, and we'll make deals with each other. I don't want you to think that this is like a solopreneur thing. I'm happy to make deals with people as long as they're willing to do the work. I'm not willing to let anybody else ride on my coattails. I've had some of the biggest internet marketers in history riding on my coattails, and it's just, get off, right? Either do the work or don't, right? So now we're to that point. Who on the panel wants to chime in first about Product E-Class Ultima, their own personal experience, first impressions, whatever you got? Feel free to go ahead and unmute and say, hey, I've got something to say about Product E-Class Ultima. Or not. Maybe I was just talking to myself.
Hi, Zane. This is Steve Smith.
Hey, Steve.
Excellent presentation there. I've
Thank you.
looked at Product E-Class from a high overview, and it looks like an excellent program, and I intend to dive into that, take a closer look here directly. I have been taking a look at RYS Academy, and it looks like a very good product also. I'm excited about it because of the power of using assets that we already have, and so I'm very excited about that too, as well as several of the other products that have been mentioned to the group. So just really excited to be part of this group, and I know big things are going to happen for us, so that's what I had to say.
Cool, thank you. And folks, for those of you who were on the panel, that's as easy as it gets. This next part, again, is all about the round-robin discussion that I want to hold with everybody in the panel of, again, first thoughts of Product E-Class or RYS Academy, as Steve has pointed out, and I think even Damon wanted to talk about iPro Academy. So the floor is open for whoever else wants to talk next.
Okay, so can you zoom back out on that mind map a little bit?
Oh yeah, sure. Here, that's over on my other computer. Let me waltz over here. Like, do you want me to close
I just meant like collapse those menus so that we can just get it back down to those 4 core or 5, 6 core points or whatever they are.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. So, all right. So what I was thinking was, we talk about the purpose, and now this is for creating like your own product, right? So purpose, why it works, what's involved, and that's great. Just that mind map alone would make it so much easier to create products. As a product creator myself, that I never use fancy mind maps and stuff, to be honest with you. Like, I never use that stuff. I just use a Google Doc and bullet points, and that's how I outline all of our products and trainings and everything, and I just work on bullet points. It's great to see it in this kind of a format, a bit more advanced. What I'm thinking, though, is also, as mentioned previously, is that we could kind of adopt the same type of format for the reviews. They'll be worded slightly different.